All right, well, that's a little bit nerve-wracking and frustrating. I just finished a live drive jive, and it was too big of a file for my phone to download from Mugbook. So once again, Zuckerberg, you have foiled my plan. So, you know, what can you do about that? Got a diesel burning vehicle ahead of me. It is the 29th of August, 2021. I am broadcasting to you live from the capital here in Beijing, China. Coming at you like a freight train, fully loaded, with a supply of what do we got a supply of this morning? Highly refined uranium yellow cake, headed straight for Beijing, delivered via the Clinton administration for manufacture of nuclear armaments. That was nice of them, you know. Bill, what was that guy's name? Willie? Bill and Hillary giving the old you know who a nice big yellow cake contract. I wonder why they did that. I guess because they like to have a perpetual boogeyman hiding under the bed, makes them feel important or something. Have myself a COVID killer. I'm not giving you any medical advice because Mugbook and YouTube do not allow for home remedies or wives' tales or speculation outside of the accepted narrative. And I wouldn't do that anyway. That's none of my goddamn business. Y'all's personal health needs don't concern me. But I try to cut back on the COVID killers, because this whole pandemia is supposed to be coming to an end at some point. Like, say, you hit the finish button, but it's never truly over. All right, so I figured I'd go for a part 2 on the Live Drive Jive archive. I remind you, we are deep in the capital of the Celestial Dragon, and we're 2 or 3 days into the 100-day challenge, where the challenge presented is to, every day when you get up, do a few minutes of reflection and meditation, deep breathing, Qigong style deep breathing meditation, and then jump up, wash your face, throw open the window, and do a basic magic kung fu set. That's the 100-day challenge, to an uninterrupted 100 days of cultivating and gathering your chi. I will be your host and guide along the trip of the 100-day challenge. Feel free to, heavens, Tune in anytime you like, start or stop whenever you want. Consult your healthcare professional. To make sure that you're able to do gentle exercise. Each day. 15 to 20 minutes of gentle exercise. That's all that's required. I've already put together the basic health maintenance Qigong Kung Fu video a couple of years ago when I was back in California. But I'm going to pick and choose from among the golden practices and make it a real easy Qigong set to combine with the 100-day challenge. So be looking forward to that in the near future. I'll let you know when that's ready. We are turning on to Plum Blossom Lane here as I go under the bridge and past the cemetery. This is where the old cemetery used to sit. I'd like to get out here one day and stomp around in these bushes and woods and show you some of the tombstones that are out here along Plum Blossom Lane. But I have not been personally invited to do so by the spirits who reside here. And you know how they like their privacy. So I'm not going to do it unless I feel especially compelled to do so. But if and when I do, I will share those findings with you. Let the dead take care of the dead, they say. But if you have a loved one that has passed over into the world beyond and has not already returned in the cycle of reincarnation, then I was listening to Steiner recently, and he said you should treat them as if they're still living. I mean, mentally, spiritually, etherically, like deal with them in a respectful way. And if you need to talk to them, talk to them. No, nothing wrong with that. And he said you should not think of your loved ones as having died, but you know, just having gone through the gate that we all will go through one day. So I like that mentality. I lost some of my favorite people to this whole bullshit situation. I attribute both of their deaths to the catalyst of the it's like you got to tiptoe around everything these days. You can't even, and you've always had to in some way, tiptoe around the truth. But these days, more than any other time, while doing transmissions, you have to be on constant vigilant guard and self-censor. Stick a fucking sock in your mouth. Anyway, yeah, it was a big deal the last couple of years. Big deal for a lot of folks. And I feel your pain, because I I have that same pain. But we can't let that wow, these dudes just don't even look. That's one of the interesting curiosities about Beijing that I've had to grow accustomed to, is the left lane traffic stuff. Like folks who are making lefts, like in the States, when you're making a left-hand turn, it's your responsibility to make sure that you're not violating the what is that called? The when you have the right of way, that's what it's called, the right of way, so that you're not violating others right away, because it's dangerous to them, and I mean, you're gonna get killed. A left-hand turn, that's the most dangerous turn, making a left into oncoming traffic. When the oncoming traffic has the right of way, you put yourself in direct line of sight of you put yourself into a T-bone situation. I'm a little early this morning, which, I'm usually a little more early every morning, but since the only thing we got going on today is the Coovies screening, then I don't want to necessarily get in there too early. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna chat with y'all for another 5 maybe, and zip over to the grocery store, no, to the convenience store rather, to get myself a pack of gum, and I will ride by the yard here. And it amazes me that they never finished the construction on the yard. Oh, it looks like they've reopened a little bit, but yeah, I don't want to give you too many triangulations on my yard ops. But yeah, they didn't finish the construction. They had what was it, 2 solid months, and they couldn't figure that shit out. That was fun. I wanted to do that. I checked to make sure everything was safe. But a workman's vehicle, what we call it a Mianbaoche. It's a little minivan, like baby little minivans, rickety little things. Not much more than a toy, really. But the old laborers use them because it's basically like just an aluminum frame on a set of go-kart wheels that you can pack a lot of loose, oddly shaped gear into, like painter bucket and rag and sticks and stuff like that. So the low-level general, I guess they're probably craftsmen, artisans, the artisans of our time, drywall finishers and touch-up painters and stuff like that. A good racket, something I would, independent contractor, something I would be doing if I had grown up in this society in one of these mega cities. That would be the skill level I would have worked on, because I did that as a kid. My eldest brother, that's what he does, construction. He's had a construction company since I was like 12 or 13. And if you develop the skills and the know-how to do all of the odd jobs on finishing work, you can make, you can charge, and you do good work, you can charge whatever you want. I mean, not whatever you want, but you can get up in the $20, $30, $40, $50 an hour skilled labor, and even be foreman of a crew and so on and so forth with that type of skill set. If you learn how to manage a crew, I mean, they're all different. There's the independent worker, and then there's the foreman type, journeyman, master. So a master, jack of all trades type. there is the expression jack of all trades, master of none. But I'm talking about the type of guy who gets not only maybe certification doesn't really matter, but develops that true master level skill in those disciplines, such as drywall, electric work, even plumbing and finishing. And I mean, they're all different skill sets kind of, but they all flow together in that industry. I wonder if there is a woohoo, this guy's fucking going bananas. He's like, motherfucker. I wonder if there's a word that expresses that. I can't think of it right off the top of my head. But those are good folk. You know, when you call him in to do a job and he says, yeah, I'm gonna have to charge you $500, and it hurts, and you're like, damn. But he gives you the breakdown, time and labor and parts and so on, and in the end it seems fair. But then he does the job and he does it right, and it lasts, you know, for however long it's meant to last, which isn't always that long. But, you know, I'm thinking it lasts, you know, an inordinate amount of time. He does it right, correctly the first time, uses good parts, puts in the right amount of labor, and has that magic touch that makes it all come together. Doesn't leave a big fucking mess behind after he's finished. That type of guy. That's a rare individual. Oh, I know of such an individual. His name is Helping Hans, and I learned about him on the Curiosity Inc. channel with what is that guy's name? Alex something bald, Archbold. Alex Archbold, the Curiosity Inc. He's a YouTuber. So there's another honorable mention. Check out Curiosity Inc. if you're interested in that kind of thing. He does a show similar to mine, you know, just one of these YouTube-y shows, YouTube-y style shows. But he runs an antique store, and he's got some friends that help him out. He's got Helping Hans. And Helping Hans is one of those type of guys that will go in and cut an old woman's tree or something. He'll see, like, if he's driving around his neighborhood and he sees an old woman lives and she's got a tree that's threatening her house, and it's about, you know, it could break in the next storm and kill her, and he'll go in there and knock on the door and be like, you know, you got some dead, you know, what are those called? Widowmakers, deadfall over here, and it's gonna fall. And I'm a tree trimmer, and this type of thing I do, and I could cut it for you, you know, for $50 or $100 or whatever. And she'd be like, I can barely get by on my retirement check. If you come back next month, I could probably, you know, pay you. And he's the type of guy that would say, oh, is that the situation? Then no fucking problem. I'm going to go up there if you allow me to, and I'm going to cut that, I'm going to remove it and get it out of your way. You know, you can burn it or whatever if you want to keep the wood, or I'll remove the wood, I'll haul it off, and I'm going to do it all for free. You know, I'm just going to get it done for you because the situation's too urgent. And I appreciate that. You do that for me. And he'd be like, you know, he's the type of dude that his heart is just so fucking big that he does shit like that all the time. He could, yeah, when Alex met up with the guy, he could barely afford to feed himself because he's just working throughout the community, finding odd jobs and stuff, and doing it for the love of doing it. A true manifestation of a Shen in the world. And you rarely come across those individuals, but they are out there. And when they start to form collectives where they help each other and stuff, that's when the bad guys come in and say, well, you can't do that without a permit. You know, that's when the evildoers try to usurp those situations. And that's what I found had truly happened during this nastiness. Was, what was this really? Was it a batshit virus? You know, the batshit soup story from China. Yeah, but don't say it's China. That's racist. Was that the situation, or was it an institutionalized attack on community by an alien entity, as Ronald Reagan said. Is there not already among us an alien force? And yes, there is, and we know all about it. And that's what that was, man. That was a mad rush by a steroid pumped up bull that, not even a bull. A bull's a good creature. Let me see, what can I liken it to? I don't know, like something spooky. But I've arrived here at the convenience store. I'm gonna go in here and get myself a pack of gum and some mints, because I like to be fresh and clean when I show up for things like taking a knee. Y'all good looking, y'all good looking, sexy people out in Happy Land, stay well. I am your well wisher, Frank Monday. As above, so below. I will see you in the abodes of the future.